Hi, welcome back to the session. In the previous session, we were discussing about the mission dependent features, especially uh, the program relocation and program linking. Okay, so how the program relocation is mentioned in the SIC and SICXC mission I have discussed, and also the program linking, the loader and linker, how it does the process of linking when there is a modification record, and how it performs the linking process to resolve the external references. So if at all there is any external references are used in the program, in the control section especially, when there is a external symbol, how those symbols would be resolved by using the loaders and linker concept. I have explained in the previous session that exactly does the linking process. Now we move on to the next topic, that is algorithm and data structures for the linking loader. Similar to the assembler, so here also we are going to see about the data structures, and there are algorithms which performs the linking and loading process. That is what exactly we'll be discussing. So with respect to the linking loader. So in the linking loader, we have two passes. In pass 1, it assign address to all the external symbols as we create symbol table in pass 1 of the two pass assembler. Similar to that, here we have a table called external symbol table. So ES tab, we can say, you could see the structure of the ES tab in the slide. These are the contents of the ES tab when that was created in the past one by the linking loader. In the past two, the actual process of linking, relocation, and loading happens in the past by the linking loader. So in order to solve the external symbols, there should be pass 1 and pass 2. Why actually the linking loader uses two passes is because there would be some external symbols, as I was mentioning this in the previous topic, that is program linking, wherein I've shown you the three different programs, the control sections, program A, program B, and program C, wherein the different symbols were used. So some of the symbols were defined in the same control section, and some of the symbols would be defined in another control section, but that would be used in the current control section. So in those cases, the uh, in that case, what happens? The symbol, external symbol, we were not knowing what is the value to be assigned. So that is the case. It has to be resolved, for which the ES tab has to be created. So the same ES tab will be used in the second pass, wherein the linking, relocation, and loading happens. So in the pass one, assign address to all the symbols. So if you could see the ES tab, this is the data structure which the linking loader creates in the pass one, and the same will be used in the pass two. If you look at the ES tab content, we have program A, program B, and program C, and the corresponding values. That gives you the load address, and also there is a column for length of the program. And if you look at the second column, which gives you the symbols, in program A, we have the symbols like LSTA and ANDA. In program B, we have the symbols like LSB and NB. And similarly for the program C. And if you could see the values of these symbols, those are actually the actual address. It's not the relative address, it's the actual address. As we do this, we have this ES tab at the time of loading. This is created by the linking loader. So we would be knowing what is the value assigned for the program. the load address must be known. So since the program address is known, load address is known, so obviously the actual address of the symbols would be calculated. That's how we could see the address for each and every symbols. So this is the entire structure of ES-tab. So this has to be created at the time of pass 1. Okay, so we have the algorithm for pass 1 and pass 2. Apart from this ES-tab, the data structure, we use other variables also. Some of the variables we use, those variables are which is listed in the slide: the program address, control section address, the control section length. So these are the variables. Apart from that, one more, that is the execution address. So these are the variables which are used in the pass 1 and pass 2. So in pass 1, what is the logic behind the pass 1 algorithm is processing the defined record. So this is the one of the important things which the loader does in the pass 1 algorithm is it has to process the defined record. So what is defined record? Is nothing but what are the symbols which are defined in the control section. Those list of symbols would be available in the defined record, as we discussed the different control section in the previous class, where I have mentioned about the EXTDEF and EXTREF. EXTDEF, it's an assembly directive which is used to denote the symbols which are defined in that particular control section. Whereas EXTREF, these are the symbols which are used in the current control section, but the definition would be available in some other control sections. That's where we use the EXTDEF and EXTREF in our program. When there is a EXTDEF and EXTREF corresponding to this, there would be define record and refer record in the object program. So object program contains not only the header, text and end record, maybe sometimes we have the modification record also. It might have the define record and refer record if at all there is a symbol which is defined, or if at all there is a symbol which are used, which are referred. So those records available in the object program. So for the linking loader, the object program is the input which is given to it. So from the object program, the linking loader process the each and every record. When it processes, it is processing especially the defined record. The reason behind why the defined record has to be processed in pass 1 is because in the pass 1 algorithm, the ES tab has to be created. So when the linking loader creates the ES tab, so it should keep the symbols over there with its corresponding value. To know what is the symbol which are defined there and what is the relative address of the symbol, we can process the defined record. It is processing the defined record. And the variables program address. Program address is nothing but the load address which is taken from the operating system. So when the program is allotted with the memory space, so in which memory location the program has to be loaded, that is given by the operating system. So though the loader is loading the program into the memory, the memory location is given by the operating system. So this will be handling, operating system handles the memory. It is manages the memory. That's what memory management is one of the important role of the operating system. So it is providing the load address to the program, to the control sections, you can say. So that program address is nothing but the load address from the operating system. And since we have many control section, each control section will load at different place. If you look at the previous example, the ES tab. So program A is stored in the location 4000, program B is stored in the location 4063, and program C will be in different place. So each control section has a different address. It is starting with a different address. So there is a variable which is used to represent the address for the control section, starting address of the control section. So we can say control section address. And similarly, each control section has different length, that is a program length, that is mentioned by CSLTH. So these are the variables and data structures we have in the pass1. As I already told you that pass1 is going to process the defined record. So this is the logic behind the pass1. So we'll see what is the algorithm used for the pass1. So this is the algorithm for pass1. Uh, the linker will start the algorithm, the process. We have the begin and end as usual. The algorithm starts with begin and it ends with end. And getting the program address from the operating system, as I already told you that the operating system provides the load address, what is the location that is stored in the program address, that is a variable. And again, what we do is we assign the program address to the control section. So for the first control section, what is the program address? Same thing will be given for the first control section. So program A will be having the starting address 4000, and similarly the program address, that is load address, is also 4000. And while not end of the input, do the iteration. So begin, read the next input record. So it might be a header record. So when you start with the process, the loader will read each and every input from the object program. So it reads header record, text record, end record, defined record, modification record, but it has to process a few records. It has to do something with the some of the records. So by seeing the header record, it got the information regarding what is the length of the program, because in the header record that information will be available, so that we can get it. So that length would be assigned to the CSLTH. So CSLTH is again a variable to which the control section length. So if you are processing the first control section's length would be assigned to the CSLTH. When it goes to the second control section, then automatically the value will be changed. Now, the next step is search ES tab for control section name. So from the header record, you would be knowing what is the name of the program. Say, for example, we have program A, program B, and program C. So the first program is program A. So what is the name of the program? Obviously, program A. So you could see in the ES tab, we got the information, or we got the entry for the program A with the control section address and the control section length. So that has to be added into the ES tab, for which whether the entry is already there or not, it needs to be checked. So that is why searching ES tab for the control section name. If it is already available, then there is no point in adding the same thing. So the same logic which we have used in the assembler as well. When the assembler was processing the source program, it is again creating the symbol table, wherein it is checking the searching the symbol table for the symbols. If it is already available, then there is a duplication occurs. Otherwise, it has to store. Same way, here also the linking loader tests the process, searching the ES tab for the control section name. If it is found, so it is able to see the entry in the ES tab, then it says the error, and it is saying that it is a duplicate entry. If not, if suppose the entry is already not there, then it will be entering the name of the control section with the value. So with the value in the sense of the value CSADDR. As I already told you that the program A will be assigned with 4000. So in the beginning, the value 4000 is fetched from the operating system. So operating system provides the value 4000, which is stored in the program address, and from the program address, the values assigned to CSADDR. So now the program A's load address is CSADDR. That is actually the control section address. So when you are entering the control section name into the ES tab with the value, that is with the CSADDR value, it is being added. So that is how the entry is made in the ES tab for the control section name. So this is only for the control section name. Then corresponding to that control section, there are some symbols are defined. So those symbols should be added into the ES tab. So while record type not equal to E till we reach the end of the record, the process has to happen. So it will keep on repeating, making the iteration process. Begin, read the next input record. As I told you already, the object program contains many record, and the linking loader will read each and every input record from the object program. But whether it is processing all those record, that depends. So it is, if it is required, it will process. Otherwise, it is nowhere. It is processing in pass1 the text record or the modification record. Okay, it is not going to process all those things in pass1. So it is waiting for the pass2 to do that process. But in pass1, which records are needed is defined record. So record type is equal to define D. Then for each symbol in the record, do the same thing, right? So in the defined record, it's not that only one symbols would be available. There are many symbols. Say if you consider the program A, there are two symbols we have seen already in the program. I have given the program, the three programs I have given you. So program A, program B, and program C. So in program A, we saw that two symbols are there. One is LSTA and another one is a NDA. So these two symbols are defined in program A. So those symbols definitely would be available in the defined record. So not only for one symbol, for each and every symbol, the same process has to be done. So if the record type is equal to D, then for each symbol in the record, do the same thing. So what the linking loader does is, it begin search ES tab for the symbol name, as like how it has done the process for the control section name. Same way it is doing for the symbol also. So symbol also the same process will be happening. Now search ES tab for the symbol name. If it's found, if there is an entry in the symbol table, that is external symbol table, then it is again setting the error flag saying the duplicate external symbol. If not, so if the symbol is not available in the ES tab, so what it has to do is, in the else part, it has to enter the symbol table into the ES tab with the value. What is the value is CSADDR plus the indicated address. What do you mean by this is, so when you had the list A and NDA in the program, as you noticed in the program, we had EXTDF and EXTREF. As already I told you that EXTDF is representing the symbols which are defined. So when these symbols are defined, definitely these symbols will be having some value. That value is nothing but the relative address. So when the program A was given, it is given with the value, the starting address 0. When the starting address was 0, the list A value is 0040. When the starting address was given, the list A value is 0040. This is actually the relative address. This is the relative address. Now, when the program is loaded into the memory, before it is going to be loaded, so we understood that the program will be having the load address as, or the starting address as, not 0, it is 4000. So now the CS ADDR value is 4000, as I already mentioned this. CS ADDR for the program A is 4000. So when it was 0, the address for list A is 0040. Now, when the starting address is relocated from 0 to 4000, then the 0040 will not be used. Means this is a relative address, so we have to find out the actual address. How to find out the actual address? The starting address plus the relative address. So what is the starting address of the program? The control section, it is given in the CSADDR. That's nothing but 4000. So 4000 plus 0040, that gives you 4040. Now this is the actual address of the list A. Now I'll just go back to the ES tab. You can view the values. So in program A, we have two symbols. One is list A and another symbol is NDA. So this list A and NDA, these two symbols are available in the defined record. So when it is processing the defined record, it takes each symbol and do the same process for all the symbols. So when it is processing, so what it does, the loader searches the symbol table. If the entry is not there, now it's going to make an entry for the symbol list A with the value. What is the value? The value is 4040. How it is derived, this 4040? The program A value is, address is 4000, and in the defined record, the relative address is mentioned for list A is 0040. So now 4000 plus 0040, that gives you 4040. This is the actual address of the list A. The same procedure will be followed for the next symbol, that is NDA. So NDA also same thing will be followed. So for the NDA, the relative address is 0054. So from that, it is adding the 4000, so that it will be getting 4054. So now if you see the algorithm, what is mentioned for the value, it is mentioned as CSADDR plus the indicated address. So indicated address is nothing but the relative address, CSADDR, that is taken from the starting address of the program A. So this is how, so this will be repeated for all the symbols, whatever the symbols which are there in the defined record. Since in the program A, we could make out that there are two symbols we have. For the two symbols, same procedure will be repeated. So it is again searching the symbol table, and if not, then it is entering the symbol table, symbol value, symbol with the symbol value into the ES tab. So this procedure will be repeated for the two symbols. Once it is done, then it comes to the end, and it is coming to the end of the record also. So once it reaches the end record, then the next step would be, so it has to process for the second record, right? So we have a second program. So the same procedure will be repeated for the n number of programs. So whatever the programs you get it, same procedure will be repeated. So now what happens here is, so we have to add the CSLTH to the CS ATR. So what will happen now? We will be getting the starting address of the second next control section. So we have the, I can show you this from the ES tab. So 4000 is the starting address for the program A, and the 63 is the length. So when you add these two, CSLTH with the CSADR, that gives you the starting address of the next control section. What is next control section? Program B is next control section. What is the value? 4063. So that is how we are getting the next address for the another control section. So this procedure is now repeated for the next control section also. So this is the end of the file and end of the pass one. So this is how the linking loader will process the pass one algorithm. I mean, the source program is given to assembler. Assembler creates the object program. In the object program, we have plenty of records that will be given to the linking loader. So in the linking loader, it does the process in the two steps. In the pass one algorithm, it is processing the defined record and it creates the ES tag. So this is the process of pass one. Now we'll move on to the next process, that is pass two. So in pass two, the actual, so far whatever the linking loader has done is only creating the ES tab by assigning the address to all the control section and as well as the symbols. So we have the control section, the program name, and also we have the symbols in the programs. Those content would be available in the ES tab. Now, so only this process is happening in the pass one, nothing else. In pass two, actually, now all the functions of the loader is happening over there. So it performs the actual loading and relocation and linking process. So in the pass one, the symbol table which was created by the linking loader will be used in the pass two. So whatever the table which is created in pass one will be used in the pass two. So that is what the modification record, it will be looking up the symbol table, symbols in the ES tab. That is what happening. And once this process is done, so loading, linking, relocation happens. So the next step is to execute the program. So where it has to start the execution, that is actually given in the end record. In general, at this point, I have already told you that when we were discussing about the object program, and I have shown you the object program structure. That time I have told you header record, text record, and end record. So end record has the address from where the program has to start its execution. So that is called as the transfer address. So that transfer address will be there in the exec execution address. That is a variable which is used in the algorithm. So what normally in pass two, the linking loader performs is, it is processing the text record and the modification record. So these two records will be processed. So as like in pass one, it processes the defined record, and in pass two, it processes the text record. So what is there in the text record and what it is going to process the text record? how the all these three different functions are carried out. That will discuss in the next session.